All right. Welcome, everyone. We're here. Todd's World, wildly opinionated news hour. Carrie brought her wild opinions
I
all the way
did.
from Jacksonville, Florida.
Woo.
Welcome, Carrie.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be in Todd's world this morning.
Are you?
Always.
Always. It's never a chore. It's never like a job at all.
It's one of my favorite
Always just a
places to
pleasure.
visit.
It's been it has been a big week in the news. Have you been paying attention or not? Are
I've
you
only
just
I
like
only
stuck in
I only
your
know about your news.
Oh, my
Yeah.
news. Which mine hasn't been that bad. People know I've got the little health stuff we talked about a week or two ago, and it's fine. It's
Yeah.
just a little annoying dealing with surgical what would you call them? I guess they're like side effects afterwards.
Yeah. Post-surgical conditions.
Yeah. Putting drains in me, that's real
Mm,
annoying.
I know. You're being a trooper.
It's beyond annoying. I don't think Nikki would say I'm being a trooper.
You just have to just say
Every
that
time
you
I
are.
move, I'm
Like
like, "Oh."
you'll get there. I know. It hurts, man. And that stuff sucks. I'm sorry. You're almost through it.
But luckily
But
in
in
Michigan, we have plenty of medicine, natural medicine to deal with whatever you need, whatever
That's
whatever comes
true.
down the pike.
That's true. I had none of that during my, cancer fight.
It's a problem down
It's
there.
fine. I
That
wasn't
is a
gonna
problem with the red state of Florida compared to Michigan, I will say.
I'm not into it. It's okay.
Yeah. I was
I meant
talking with
to, yeah.
some people at Lauren had a my daughter Lauren had a gig last night in
Oh,
Spring
yeah,
Lake.
in Spring Lake? How'd it go?
It's kind of dead. I don't know. It's a place we hadn't
Oh,
been before. Eh,
okay.
I don't know. I think they're just getting started trying to get people to come out, so
Mhm.
I don't know. Hopefully it's a
Okay.
beautiful place. Hopefully it'll turn into something, but last night it was pretty
Yeah.
dead.
Darn.
But there
Mm.
were some people there who had Ronnie's friends with. I think he's a nurse, traveling nurse. And anyway, they had moved out of Michigan and they just kind of travel around. They got like a big RV, and then sometimes they'll come up and they'll live with his dad for a while or stay
Okay.
with his dad, take care of
Uh,
him, whatever.
okay.
So anyway, I think that's what they were doing, and they're leaving again in January. But he kept talking about how he could smell the skunk as soon as he drove into the state.
Oh my gosh. I believe that. Sometimes just
And he's
Myers parking lot.
and this would be kind of a more rabidly conservative person. I'm pretty conservative. I mean,
Mhm.
but the going off about how the communists and the gas tax and everything, all of which I'm sure
Oh,
is true. I don't pay that close of attention because what am I going to do? Drive to Indiana for gas? So I just
right?
don't. My
Not
options are
from
somewhat limited.
not from that area. So he sounds interesting.
He was
Sounds
kind of
like
he's a funny
yeah.
guy. I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head, and I'm forgetting right now. I'm blanking on
Oh,
it.
it's just a moment. It'll come to you, but
I want to say Mark, but I know it's not. I don't think it's Mark. It's not Mark.
okay.
And then I sometimes Mark is a name that will hop into my head for someone, and it's never their name, and I just
Oh,
can't
that's so
shake it.
funny.
It's always Mark.
So you're like your go-to fill in the blank
I
name for a guy
guess.
is Mark? Okay, gotcha.
I'm certain that's not his name. I think it starts with a D. Oh God. Man, it's been a morning, I guess. I haven't even hardly drank coffee. That's probably my problem. So we're gonna
Oh,
caffeinate as the show goes on.
okay, good. Yes, I'm caffeinating. But no, he sounds like he was interesting to talk
He is an
to
interesting guy.
and
I told him it's a lot easier to deal with the blue communism of Michigan if you can come to terms with the pot from Michigan. It's like you can just
it's a
you can
fine line. You
fade
gotta
out.
kind of dance the Oh my gosh, that's their plan. That is the
That is
Democrats' plan.
absolutely. That's why they kept the liquor stores and the dispensaries open during COVID
They're
and they
just
closed the
luring
hardware.
you. They're luring you into a place of submission, Todd. Resist.
I'm lured.
I'm gonna get you a
I consider
resist
myself
sticker.
lured. I consider myself immune to it. It's not my kryptonite.
Okay, that's cool.
No.
That's good.
Luckily, I've never had an addictive personality, so I don't have to worry about such things. But there are
You
people who
don't?
do. Not really, no. I
Oh, that's
dabble
cool.
a lot. It doesn't really bother me to dabble in things.
You're like, "I dabble in everything, and I'm fine."
No big deal.
How did the gig
Other than
go at both
podcasts,
Yeah.
I'm a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
addicted to that, I suppose.
That's okay.
Oh, the game with Ohio State and Michigan?
Oh, no, the gig. I was thinking
Oh, the
Lauren. How'd
gig.
Lauren
We
Yeah.
were talking about that last week, and Michigan got killed.
They did.
as they deserved, rightfully so.
Started out strong. I was like, this is gonna be a shocker, and then, yeah,
Lions got killed at Thanksgiving. It's just how it goes around here.
but the Lions won Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah, they beat, Dallas Thursday night.
Oh, this Thursday? I didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was on. Oh, I had
I
that
almost missed
concert and
it.
stuff.
I almost missed it. Oh, yeah, you had a thing. I know you've had a super busy week,
So,
but you've caught the news anyway?
you know who's had a busy week?
Who?
Donald Trump, man.
Yes.
Tim Balls in
Oh,
Minnesota has had a busy week. Governor Tim
well,
Balls. Did you
yeah.
hear about all of this Somali fraud?
Yeah, he's having a busy week avoiding responsibility is what Tim Walz is having.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's
Tell
really
us.
this I felt like it was all immigration all week. Didn't you
Yep.
feel like that? I mean,
Yes.
that's what that's what's on everybody's mind. That's what everybody's talking about. All
Mhm.
this fraud came out. I'm trying to find here. If I've got a good uh
Yeah, so Minnesota. Do we have listeners in Minnesota? Do we know?
I'm sure we do. I could probably
Hello,
check, but
Minnesotans.
I don't
We are here for you.
keep close enough track. Oh, so much stuff. I got so many clips. So much happened this week. It's ridiculous.
All right.
Let's
I am
start with
ready.
what I want to give you the basic on the Somalia stuff because I don't know if I have anything or anybody up here in the clips giving us a good rundown.
Okay.
So that's what you come to Todd's World for is the rundown.
Rundown
And the
of
rundown is basically that they began to they have this large population from Somalia in
mhm.
Minnesota.
Yes.
The notorious Ilhan Omar, the congressional representative from the Squad, is
Yeah.
Somalian. She married her brother and somehow illegally snuck in here, and somehow she's a congresswoman
Right?
elected by a bunch of her fellow Somalians. So oh, and by the way,
Yeah.
this poor little Ilhan Omar who came over from Somalia,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
to leave the terrors of her country. She's a
Yeah.
lot like Marjorie Taylor Greene, actually, and you wouldn't think they'd have that much in common, but Ilhan Omar's worth 30 million, Marjorie Taylor Greene's worth 25 million.
I was just gonna say,
It's the
how much
best
is she
work you
worth?
can get working in Congress, man.
She is worth 30,000,000?
Oh yeah, worth every penny with that little headscarf thing she's got on. What is it? A hijab?
I think so.
I'm ready to get rid of all of them. Every Muslim in the country. I'm just kidding. No, every Somalian maybe.
Speaking of Mormon, how just drops a bomb like that. Dang. I'm sorry, 30,000,000.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that their positions paid quite that much. That's
Yeah, I think
really
they have a base salary of, I don't know, 150,000 a year or something, and then
okay. She's a really
lot of incentives.
she's a really good saver. That is some powerful saving
Awful lot
skills.
of incentives. Well, they start to find out. Um, and in fact, that's what it was. There was I even had it. I don't know if I had it last week or if it hit late last week,
Mhm.
but a group of it was a Minnesota state employees, and they have an X account. And they came out, I think it was after we did news, so it was Sunday, Monday,
Okay.
whatever, whenever it was, and they just start blasting Tim Balls. And they
Oh,
talk about there was all these pandemic programs that were set up.
yeah.
They were set up for
Oh,
like
they went
$3 million
crazy.
dollars a year for the state to expend. They end up expending $100 million a year. Almost all of it's going to Somalians. And if one of the state employees had the temerity to challenge one
Mhm.
of these fake companies or these fake charities, Feed the
Yeah,
Children that the Somalians set up,
right.
they'd say, "We're going to accuse you of racism and take this all the way to Tim Balls." And and so Tim Balls was in on all of it. So was Keith Ellison, the Minnesota state attorney general. He was
Oh,
flat
dang.
out bribed by the Somalians and then took campaign cash from them. And mind you, the whole time this is going on, it's probably about $1 billion of fraud. It's all coming from American taxpayers going to Somalians. I'm sure there was a few white people in there, but by and large, Somalians. And I mean,
Wow,
Tim Balls
okay.
was in there, and he's white. He's like the whitest person.
Keith Ellison.
Keith Ellison's kind of a white black.
Kind of a white black. What does that mean?
It's a light skinned.
Hold on. We're just gonna look up. I'm just kind of
See if you can
curious.
find a picture of Tim Balls in his hijab dancing.
Sorry. I'm looking here. Okay, Keith Ellison. Yeah, he is
So
a light-skinned man of color.
they originally started in saying, it's probably 100 million, couple 100 million in fraud. Now it ballooned throughout the week to 1 billion. And now estimates are it could be all the way up to 8 billion in fraud. Just in the
Well,
Minnesota Somalians
where's that coming from?
coming from US taxpayers.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
This is your government at work. You know what drives me crazy?
Oh, what?
What do you got? What are you looking at?
Keith Ellison converted to Islam at age 19.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's why he wears a hijab.
That isn't what I was looking up. Does he really wear that?
They
I'm
were
trying to
like, your
figure out.
skin's a little light for us, but if you put a hijab on, we'll take you in. Can you shout
That
Allahu Akbar while we fit you for a suicide vest?
that's why Ilhan Omar that's why she has to wear it, just to be
Just
really
a
clear.
peaceful, loving
Just trying to
desert people.
figure out. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what his net worth is because I'm just kind of curious.
No, they're all
Anyway,
doing well. They're all doing
telling ya. I just am really
so. This
curious.
blew up, right?
Okay, yeah. It's terrible.
And and is still in the process of blowing up. I've expressed on here many times that I think much of what Trump is about exposure. And what you're seeing is a consistent, steady exposure of things. And this is another one. Now they're going into the fraud, into the fraud in the Somalians and in the immigration stuff. And it doesn't stop there. If
Mhm.
you look at the rents under Biden increased. Oh, the
Yeah,
federal housing, the rents under Biden increased by $400 a month
yeah.
on average. And we were subsidizing foreigners as we were bringing them in. When I say subsidizing, we're not talking about 30 grand a year. We're talking about like 80 grand a year.
Yeah.
We were giving them FHA housing loans. We were helping them make the payments on it. We were artificially inflating both the housing and the rental market
Mhm.
directly through bringing foreigners, illegal foreigners into our country. It
It's
was
wild.
an invasion of sorts is what it
Mhm.
amounts to.
The government-funded invasion and well, occupation, like,
Yeah.
kind of a government-funded occupation.
They wanted to change America. Because, for all of the money, you know what they were getting? They were getting votes.
Yeah.
They're handing people, um, you know, millions of dollars,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars probably on a personal level, but you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying. All these
Yeah.
people are they just saw, and this was, listen, the Somalians absolutely did it, and
Yeah.
we should kick them out because America's for Americans. But beyond that,
Mhm.
this was happening. COVID just blew the doors open for all kinds of fraud everywhere
Right.
because the government just decided to run the presses full speed and let's go and let's light the match on the economy. And we were
Right.
all so scared. The bodies are piling up our windows, and we're like, oh my god,
Yeah,
why are there
my
so
my
many blobs today stacking up out my window? Just it was horrible. You all remember, and I saw too the Atlantic. You know what the Atlantic is?
the
Uh,
publication?
the publication, yeah, the I don't know if they're magazine or paper or whatever
Mhm.
they are. They're like a
Mhm.
monthly
Atlantic
publication,
Monthly.
right?
Mhm.
Well, they came out this week and they one of
Oh,
their
no.
big stories was, "Let's declare a pandemic amnesty. We need to forgive one another for what we did and said when we were in the dark about COVID." I bet you do wanna be forgiven. I
Yeah.
bet you do.
Did they interview Fauci for comments on that?
It's just the whole thing is
Damn.
is is unbelievable. Yeah, I bet they do wanna be forgiven for that. I bet they'd
I
like a
bet they
little
do.
get out of jail free card when they tried to kick people out of their jobs for not taking an experimental jab that ended up giving way
Mhm.
too many of them turbo cancer and every other thing
Yeah.
in the world.
I'm curious how many of the Somalians in Minnesota subscribed to the vaccination.
No, they aren't taking no jab.
I mean, I'm just wondering, you know?
This is Trump.
Mhm.
this is just whatever else about Trump. There's so many things to love, and this is one of them. This is
Okay.
Trump talking about Somalians. And like I said last week, you can't
Mhm.
take yourself back to your 2008 self and think
Mm-mm.
we never this wasn't even possible. We didn't
Mhm.
think that it was possible to have a president like this.
Yep.
We just didn't. And I love it. I'm enjoying all of it. Like I said, he drives me crazy sometimes. Not
Yeah.
everything's perfect,
You're enjoying the Trump
but
show,
Trump
though.
being Trump,
Yep.
here he is talking about Somalians. Tell me that this isn't just the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police
Well,
chief
then he's
is
a fool.
well, his police chief is
I
also
don't. I
saying
wouldn't
the
be
might.
proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, uh, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. That's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, it just happened. She should be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country. And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell, but he's incompetent. Uh, Walz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And
10,000
the
lakes.
Somalians should be out of here.
You
They've
serious?
destroyed our country. And all they do is
Get them.
complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with. Uh, Go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. Without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime
I
soon.
don't plan on
I
going.
hope. But
I hope.
what what the Somalian
Somalia.
people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable. And a lot of it starts with the governor. A lot of it starts with Barack Hussein Obama, because that's when people started coming in. And you have to have people come in that are going to love our country, cherish our country. They want to kiss our country goodnight. They talk about our country. We want them to pray for our country. This is not the people living in Minnesota. And she's a disaster. She should not be, and her friends shouldn't be allowed. Frankly, they shouldn't even be allowed to be congresspeople. Okay. They
I
shouldn't even
agree
be
with that.
allowed to be congresspeople because they don't represent the interests of our country. Anybody else?
This is
I just love Trump. How could you
Yeah.
not love Trump? I mean, he just calls it exactly like it is.
Yeah, I like how he says, "Oh, like, talking about her marrying her brother." It's like,
It just happened.
it just happened. Like, it's not like I'm making it up. It's not I mean, it's such a great example of them just always trying to deny the truth, trying to look at it from some other angle, and it's like, it's just is what it is.
They all the Somalians also do what many Mexicans do, other
Mm.
Latin American countries is they'll come up here and then they'll send half their wages back as remittances back to their
Mhm.
countries. And that's the other thing that they're working on that we talked about last week
Right.
that they're going to start.
So, Todd, this $1 to $8 billion,
Mhm.
you know, whatever it is, it's too much, whatever it is.
It's too much.
It's too much, whatever, too much money.
It's
Where is
too
that coming
much.
from? Is that coming from the federal government? Is it is it
Combination of both Minnesota or of state and federal programs.
okay.
So I
So
don't
is
know
but
if
is
the federal money might be administered by the state, you know what I mean?
okay, because 'cause I'm thinking to myself, I know that the people of Minnesota weren't taxed like a billion plus
Well,
dollars
they do have real
for
high
this.
taxes, but right, a lot of it was coming
Yeah.
from federal money,
So I'm thinking like this is just
which is
the
why the feds are going in looking at it.
good.
So, by the way, just as a little aside, turns
Mhm.
out when you deport or when they self-deport 2 million migrants,
Yeah?
it does wonders for rental vacancies. The multifamily vacancy rate hit 7.2%, the highest level ever recorded. You're going to see a correction in
There
both
you
the
go.
housing and the rental markets, just getting rid of illegal foreigners, sending them home.
So I heard that the rents are coming down here in Florida,
I believe
like
it.
here in our area. Do
Yep.
you think that that's going to be a result of that?
Yep.
You think rents will come
Across the
down?
board. Yeah, you're just
And
getting rid of
and
people.
what about housing prices? Because I
Same thing.
just okay.
Although
It's
I
kind of
don't know,
unfortunate for sellers, but
housing's going to be difficult. That's going to be a difficult nut to unwind.
okay.
Um,
Interest rates will help.
Interest rates would help. They need to. The sad thing is, if we had someone who was allowed to and could somehow figure it out, it wouldn't shock me if $37 trillion of our national debt
Mhm.
isn't almost completely accounted for by fraud, thievery by our own politicians, wars,
Mhm.
kickbacks, all of it. I mean, you start
Right.
adding all this stuff up and you
Yeah.
find out, oh, it's not that Americans uh, can't budget, that we're spending too much on America. It's that everywhere along the way we're bleeding money because
Yeah.
we have such a massive federal and state government system. Nobody
Mhm.
knows what the hell's going on.
Well, and how is Ilhan Omar worth $30 million?
Oh, she's so valuable.
But if her paycheck
Talk to
isn't
her
that
brother, her
if
husband brother.
if her paycheck can't account for it, I'd like to know what the hell's going on. I don't understand why this isn't something that
Nobody in Congress wants to know because none of their paychecks can account for any of their wealth. And it doesn't matter whether they're Republicans or Democrats. So none of them are going to, unless
they
they're forced to, then maybe they will be forced to. But unless they're forced to, there'll be no accountability at all. Speaking of,
yeah. I
I
have
do
one
want,
quick
go ahead.
I have one quick question also. Do you think there's any downside at all to making a policy that you have to have been born here in America to hold elected office?
No, I don't know why we don't have that.
I don't either. I mean, I know it's a rule
It would
in the
probably require a constitutional amendment, but yeah, I
in the
think we should.
in the presidency. Is the presidency the only I guess president and vice president would be the only
Those I think you do.
yeah.
But my guess would be that the reason that the founders, there just weren't nearly as many people. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep.
And a lot of them
And
had come over. Yeah.
many of them
So,
weren't born here, so it
yeah.
wasn't relevant at the time.
Yeah. That's what I think, at least on the Congress side of things. But
Yeah.
I agree with you
Interesting.
100%. That would be a huge help.
Yeah, I just wondered if there's any downside to that at all, and I can't think of one. I
No,
didn't wanna
unless you're not
drop the
born here, then I guess there's a downside that you can't get into Congress and start lining your pockets. Jeez. I don't know how we fix this. Chick is talking about Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Um, and this is I don't know. Black lady, I say African American, I don't know. She's a black
Okay.
lady.
Mhm.
But she's talking about how the fraud there is even worse than in Minnesota. So this is systemic
Oh,
is the idea.
no.
Let's listen to her.
Ohio?
Come see Columbus, Ohio, fraud investigators. If you go to the government assisted housing areas, you will find that most of the housing is Somalians. I would say about 80% of the government assisted housing in Columbus is occupied by Somalians. And the parking lot is occupied with a whole bunch of brand new cars.
Mm-hmm. Who thinks
And
buying
the
everything?
women walking around have designer purses with EBT cards, and they have Apple iPhones stuck up in their hijabs. Yeah. And then go
She's
to
like,
the
"Yeah."
businesses that are owned by the men. Because see, what happens is when you have a restaurant or when you have a little corner store and you have a couple of wives and you only have to claim one, then that means the other wives get EBT cards.
Mhm.
And you can use those EBT cards to buy food for your store or your restaurant. Yeah. Or what you can do is you can
Yeah.
get a home
This
health
lady, I love her.
She's good.
And then you only hire Somalians to work the home health aid. And what you do is you just make sure their paperwork looks right. It don't have to be right, but you just make sure it looks right. And then you send them off for those home health aid jobs. Y'all don't want to talk about fraud.
She's funny.
Who is that?
I don't know. Eric Doherty posted it,
Okay.
but he's not. That's not who it is, and
So I didn't
I don't have
realize
any
that
way to.
Columbus I didn't realize Columbus was, had a high Somalian population.
I think
Also,
you're gonna find it's everywhere, and it's all kinds of
my
different
gosh.
foreigners. Could be Afghans, could be now, by and large, I think you're gonna find they're Muslims, by and
Yeah.
large, because that's where all the immigration's coming from. So
Yeah.
that's true in Europe, it's true here, it's true all over. So it's an invasion. It's a Muslim invasion. That's what we're dealing with. So,
Wow. Okay.
um,
Just looking up something, but no, this
so
is
yeah,
different.
I when they start digging into it, it's just it's going to be. This is why I say the exposure part is so important.
Right.
That's what Trump is doing. Even if Trump can't get, because the Congress is worthless and whatever, and they are worthless. But the fact of the matter is that all of this exposure isn't going to go away. People aren't going to open their eyes to all this fraud, see this debt clock ticking away, and suddenly, oh, never mind, we're going to go back to sleep. Like
You don't think so?
I don't. Now it could get where I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it's
Mhm.
you basically have half of America that's on the take, and they're all voting to be on the take. This is
Mhm.
how democracy dies, is people
Yeah.
start to realize they can vote other people's money for themselves. I mean, that's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why we're supposed to have a constitutional republic, but
Mhm.
which we do to some extent, but
Man.
nearly 4 million non-citizens received a social security number during the Biden admin with virtually zero vetting. And if you want to know how they ramped that up, 270,000 in 2021, 600,000 2022, nearly a million in 2023, and over 2 million in 2024. In case you thought they saw the writing on the wall, they needed to ramp things up a little bit. So giving all those people non-vetted foreigners Social Security cards also means, voila, they can vote.
Yep.
And who do you think they're voting for? The gravy train, the party of the gravy train.
Right. How many million was that under Biden, did you say?
4 million
4.
total. But it ramped up hard throughout.
Okay. So, I didn't know that Somalians have
That wasn't
multiple
just Somalians, that was foreigners
wives.
in general.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just
No, you're
remembering
fine.
what I was thinking. I didn't realize that they have multiple wives.
That's a Muslim thing. You didn't know that?
I
By
did
and large,
not.
polygamy
I
is, yeah. A
I
lot of them.
I
A lot of them
I
have
did
multiple wives.
not. Yeah, I didn't know that
That's why the birth
about.
rates are so high, because you have, one guy that'll have 3 or 4 wives, and they pop, and then of course, they pull that every time they pop out another kid, that bumps their EBT payments. I mean, she laid the scam out for you.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
she did a good job.
That's crazy. I just think too, I mean, polygamy is illegal almost everywhere here.
Mhm.
So, I
We
just don't
don't
understand how they're
enforce things,
getting.
Carrie. Laws
I
don't
feel like they
matter.
enforce that, don't they?
But maybe if you're white and Mormon, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
this lady, um, Ellie is her name. I don't have a last name.
Mhm.
She used to be a CDL instructor, so a commercial driver's license.
Mhm.
Afghan military students going through training for their CDL instructor.
Mhm.
So she was an instructor for a bunch of these Afghan militants that were being instructed. And let's hear what she has to say about. She actually got out of it, but let's hear what she has to say about what was going on.
These students asked the instructors, and they did me once, to slow the truck down
Can you hear
so
her?
they could take pictures of things.
Yeah, you know what? This may be one of those videos we can't hear. Point of
Okay.
this video was
Mhm.
that these Afghan students would ask her to slow the truck down so they could take pictures of things, overpasses, intersections, bridges, and in her 20 plus years as an instructor in Texas, she'd never had a student ask her things like that before. But
But
they were all
multiple
asking
Afghan
her
students asked for
to
that?
slow down so they could take pictures of critical infrastructure. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything. I'm sure they're innocent. God, Allah-fearing people.
They're just curious about
Yeah,
construction
maybe
and
they've never seen a bridge before.
that wasn't rubble.
This was interesting too.
That's scary, though.
This was just a quick in the United States, this is bandied about a lot. White Americans earn significantly more on average than black Americans. But this is kind of wild. As soon as you compare black and white individuals with equivalent IQ scores, the gap disappears and they're right even all the way across the board. And that's white, Hispanic, black, doesn't matter. If you don't factor in IQ, then it does look like whites make more than both. Once you flat factor IQ in across the board, there is no racial discrepancy in wages in America.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Very. Very.
Well, that's one of the things that they were talking about is how in Somalia, the average IQ is 67.
Ooh.
Now,
Ouch.
in America, the baseline to be retarded, to be Tim Balls, is 70. Our
Oh.
average IQ in America, I think, is 97, around 100,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, in Somalia, they're 30 points lower. Turns out that 30 points makes a big difference.
I guess so.
Now, how much of that's the other thing that happens in all so many of these Muslim countries is inbreeding. And it's constant.
Yeah.
When I mean, they're marrying cousins, they're doing all kinds of things. And then if you look at the genetic defects, that's probably why the IQ scores are so low, is because of so much inbreeding. And it just constantly is bringing
Makes
those numbers
sense.
down.
Well, plus, like you said, if they're like they have multiple wives and then they're all having a bunch of kids, it's like they're all very close together. I wonder maybe Tim Walz is just trying to level that IQ average for himself in Minnesota.
He's trying to help. He's trying to relate to his constituents a little bit more.
He's
Unbelievable.
trying to close that pay gap.
This is great. You're gonna love this. This is Tim Balls for just a second with a little AI action at the back end. You ready?
Oh, with some
Are
AI
you okay
thrown
with
in?
the president calling our neighbors garbage? I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
The R word. It's the beast pulling up.
Tim Walz is a retard. Bye.
I gotta hear that again. I just love it.
Are you okay with the president calling our neighbors garbage? I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
Tim Walz is a retard. Bye.
Bye.
And the song playing. That's hysterical.
It really is so great. I can't get enough of that.
That's some good use of AI. It's pretty funny. And did Tim actually say something about the R word?
Yeah, he did. That was he actually said that.
Someone who Trump did?
Well,
Or no, someone drove by his
remember
house?
Trump calling Tim retarded? We played that last week. Do you
Okay.
recall that or don't you? Because I can find that clip. Hold on.
I think
Let me find it.
yeah,
Trump-
someone asked him a question and he just kind of like quickly insulted Tim, right?
Yeah, he called him seriously retarded.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that.
I was looking to see. There's so many memes.
Oh
I don't
my
know if I'll be
God.
able to find the actual and all these things of him crying.
Of him crying.
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
there's so many wonderful, wonderful memes out there, but I can't find the actual one of so
That's
many.
okay. So
You know, in those Franklin books with the turtle, they had one with him shooting narco terrorists in boats.
Oh my
And then they
gosh.
got another one. Franklin meets a retard and he's shaking hands with Tim Balls. It's so great. It is so great.
Terrible. So, oh my gosh.
Jasmine Crockett has some opinions about if we're going to start kicking people out.
Oh,
She has an
Okay.
idea of who we should start with.
Because
Okay.
if that's the case, let's talk about the white supremacists and how many of them need to be kicked out of this country, because I can guarantee you, I can track down more crimes that they've committed, because overall immigrants have a lower crime committal rate than white supremacists. But we don't want to talk about that in this.
Just an absolute bald-faced lie.
I was going to say, I think that's absolutely a lie. And
White supremacists.
I think we should kick out white supremacists.
How would we track them down? How would we know?
I don't know. I think we should send them to Somalia.
Speaking of, you know how we always talk about, I'm always like, oh, we're a nation of immigrants. The poor huddled masses, bring them all. You know that the entire, quote, nation of immigrants mythology,
Mhm.
the catchphrase, the whole thing, it was manufactured by the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, around 1960, just before the Hart-Celler Act of 1965 that wildly opened up immigration.
Oh.
I'm just saying, it's all propaganda. Everything you think you know,
Right.
we've been lied to.
I mean, the sign at the Statue of Liberty, like that, has been
The
there
poem was
longer
there.
than
Yes,
that.
that's
But
true.
that was it was a different time, as
Well,
we've
it
said.
didn't have anything to do. It was just a poem. It didn't have any. Nobody cared. People came to Ellis Island. They were processed through Ellis Island.
Yeah.
They were by and large European immigrants, and they came here to make a home for themselves. They
Yep.
came here to make America better, to
Yeah.
help us build these awesome cathedrals, to make amazing sausages, these Germans in Milwaukee. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Beer, the whole thing.
To
But this
construct
was
those bridges that the CDL
Yeah.
students are taking pictures of.
The Afghans are like, how do we blow those up? Entirely different mindset.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
That
These are
is.
the things I run across. This I ran across too.
I saw that clip of Jasmine.
This is
Oh,
not
go ahead.
immigration, but before I get rid of this,
Okay.
I want to tell you, a Switzerland man was sentenced to 10 days in jail
Mm.
for this transphobic comment he made on Facebook.
Oh, boy.
You know what he said?
What?
He said, if you dig up LGBTQ people after 200 years, you'll only find men and women based on their skeletons. Everything else is a mental illness promoted through curriculum. It's hard to argue with. I mean,
I was waiting for the offensive part of that.
hard to argue with. You're just going to find male and females. And, maybe even Ketanji Brown could tell the difference. She can't tell the difference when they're clothed in flesh. She has
She's
no
not
idea.
a biologist, Todd. Go easy on Ketanji.
Ketanji.
She's not a biologist. Isn't that what she said?
Yeah, she's such
Biologist?
an idiot.
Yeah.
You know who Victor Davis Hanson is? We play his clip sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I love
He's
Victor Davis
He's like a
Hanson.
historian.
He's
He's
a
really
college lecturer. He has
Yeah.
a podcast. He goes to Hillsdale every year and does, I think, a couple week residency there, and he'll do a different
Oh,
class
that's
every
cool.
year.
nice.
So, I love Victor Davis Hanson. Here he is
Yeah.
talking to Laura Ingraham
Okay.
about the America hitting the breaking point on immigration.
Okay.
We have a high unemployment rate among American engineers and American tech workers, and we're bringing in foreigners. I don't understand this. I never have, and I certainly don't now.
It's a bad time, Laura. We have a record 53 million foreign residents. 16% of the population wasn't born here. It's 27%
Crazy.
of California people were not born in the United States. 1 million green card holders, 1 million legal immigrants, 1 million foreign students every year. We just came off 2 million illegal aliens. It's time to regroup, assimilate, acculturate, integrate. When you look at the Afghan refugee problem, the Somali problem, the truck driver problem, the anti-Semitism and pro-Hamas problem, the anti-ICE problem, where people are waving the flag of a country they don't want to go back and burning the one that they want to stay in. It's just everybody's
Well
just
said.
sick of it. They just want to take a deep breath and try to integrate with the people we have here into the American melting pot. Otherwise, it's not going to work. We're reverting to tribalism.
100%.
Wow. Well said. He
Hard to
always
disagree with Victor.
he always says things so clearly.
He's one of my my go-to listens. So yeah, he's
Yeah, I didn't even realize he had a podcast.
He's so good.
Does
He
he
really
just
is.
lecture or does he interview with people or what's he
He
do?
doesn't interview much. He has he goes on other people's podcasts and does interviews.
Oh, okay,
He
gotcha.
has his podcast has Sammy, who's a chick, and what's the guy's name? I just lost.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he has a guy and a girl who
Mark. His name's Mark.
Mark, and they
Sorry.
no, I'll never remember it. And they
It's just Mark and Sammy. It'll work. Okay.
and they alternate. So one day one will be talking to him, the other day the other one will. But
Mhm.
it's mostly Victor Davis Hanson, riffing.
Yeah.
But it's really good. But to give you some just this gives a little bit of clarity to that idea of 4 million new Social Security card holders. So between 2021 and 2024, 3.9 million new non-citizen Social Security cards were issued by the Biden administration. This is all without any vetting, all the non-citizens, all the foreigners. That is 2,800 illegal Social Security numbers issued to illegals per day. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Their goal was to transform and destroy this country. There isn't really, I don't think, any doubt about that.
Yeah.
So, this is kind of fun.
I just don't understand the benefit to them other than
Money and
financially and power. I know, but
That's
it's
all
like
they care about.
I know, and you say it that way, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But at the same time, like, what do you want power over? You
Well,
want
that's what
power over?
empires have risen and fallen over for all of human history.
I know, but it's like I feel like we're more intelligent, more highly evolved than like we're.
I
I'm
have a
just.
feeling our
I
IQ
mean,
numbers are going down.
yeah, apparently, especially in Columbus and Ohio and in
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Look at their governor. It's retarded.
Ooh.
You remember that show, was it in the 80s or the 90s, called Quantum Leap? Remember
Oh
that
yeah.
show? Remember the
Oh
guy
yeah.
remember the
The
main
time
character?
traveler. Yeah.
Can't remember his name. But
Scott
anyway,
something. Scott
Scott Besson. Mark. No. But there's I guess he
Scott
came
Bonita
and
or
he
Scott
looked like
something. Yeah.
different people when he was time traveling because
Okay.
there's one where and I can't find, but there's
Oh
somebody
no.
driving past this house he's in, and they're like, "You're retarded," and he's like, "I'm a retard," and he opens and
Oh,
slowly turns into the mirror,
you sent it to me.
and it's like a Down syndrome kid or something.
You sent that to me. I know he's getting bullied by a
So
drive-by.
great.
Drive-by bullying. Oh my gosh.
It's just great. I mean, that's my point. What other president?
Bakula? Scott Bakula?
Yeah, I think you're right. I could have
I don't know.
never, ever pulled that out. He was on some other things back in the
Mhm.
day, but I remember Quantum Leap anyway.
Yeah, it was a good show.
This is like the shortest clip, but
Okay.
this just got me. It reminded me because it's Michelle Obama and Big Mike is so like feminine and excited. Like his feminine side is coming out in this little
Okay.
thing. What it is you know who Cat is it Cat Williams or Cat? Yeah, Cat Williams.
Yeah.
You know the black
The
comedian.
comedian?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's coming on her show, and I mean, Big Mike's so giddy. I mean, they keep the camera down so you can't tell exactly what's going on, but
So wait. Does Big Mike have a show?
yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what it's
Is
called.
that why all of a sudden we're seeing lots of
Yeah, that's
talk
why we see
about
more of
what
Michelle.
a challenge it was to have makeup and wardrobe every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
here's
Cat Williams, the comedian's coming, and Big Mike is super
so
excited.
listen.
Hi, Cat
Hello there.
Williams. Welcome
Thanks for
to
having me.
IMO.
Thank you.
You're a handsome dude.
Right.
Yeah, you know that.
Well,
You
yeah.
know that about yourself. Hi, Cat
Hello there.
Williams. Welcome
Thanks for
to
having me.
IMO.
Thank you.
You're a
You're a
handsome.
handsome dude.
Right.
Come on. You know that.
Well,
Like
you
you
know
know
that.
that. Cat, you captured Big Mike's move. That is Big Mike's move right there. You're a handsome dude. You know that.
She's running right in. She probably talked to the
Really?
chef like that a time or two. So be careful, Cat.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna
You get on the wrong side of Big Mike. Cat's already not
Right?
a big guy.
I mean, I hope he can swim. Like that's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Cat actually could drown in 3 feet of water.
I know because he's so little. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna say this. Cat Williams, okay. I don't know. Oh, maybe he's more handsome than I thought. It's kind of an odd dresser. I think I had a different
I don't pretend to have any idea whether he's handsome or not. I don't know, but
I could see
Big Mike
maybe.
thought so.
I was gonna say,
He's
definitely Big
like
Mike's type. He better look out.
in the video, man, like her eyes just light up. It's just like it's like the first time she saw the chef. Look, Barack,
Ooh.
you can sit in your chair and watch. Um,
Wow.
oh, sorry. Did you hear about the pipe bomber from
Sorry for the
Jan?
diversion, everyone. Okay, what's up?
Did you hear about the pipe bomber from J6? J6 pipe bomber?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was a big story this week. So
Yeah.
the
I
background on
forget.
that,
I forget as things happen. I forget like
there's so much happening all the time. That's why
Yeah.
that's why you come to Todd's World. That's why everyone is here. And listen, before we get too far into the program, I should tell people, get on toddsworld.net. We got a bunch of new merch. Still haven't figured out the books yet, but I will. My books right now are on Amazon. They're kind of hard to find. If you look up Todd Allen, Leaves of Blue Way or Insurrection or Witness or 9 Mile Point, you'll find it, but
Yeah.
nothing's
So
easy on
good.
Amazon. So, but we do this show, Wildly Opinionated News Hour, every Tuesday, and then every Wednesday we do Beers with Jesus, where we just walk through the stories of the Bible.
Mhm.
And we enjoy it. I'd venture to say we're wildly entertaining and good at it.
I
Like if
think
you've
we are.
if you've ever listened to your favorite mega church pastor on like a podcast or something, we're about 100 times better than that, if that gives you any idea.
Wildly entertaining and moderately educational. It's very
So
interesting.
join us. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
Please do.
check out toddsworld.net and subscribe to the show if you haven't.
Mhm.
Give us 7.5 stars if you can. Maybe 8, really. I mean, I really see the star system as only going up for this show.
You know what? I think 8 is valid because of Michelle Obama's, like,
Yeah,
flirtation
where else are you getting Big
on
Mike and
audio.
Cat Williams? Well, Cat
It's
was
fair.
I think Cat was being groomed. Get a little fear in his eye. He's like, God, what did I get myself into?
Yikes. Mm,
It's not
scary.
my leg under the table, Cat.
No. No. No, anyway, but no, we're really
Anyway.
glad that you're here. Please share us with some friends.
Yeah, send some clips. Send us to some people. That's the only way we're going to grow is if you guys send us to people and you keep tuning in and you give us as many stars as you can. So that's all we ask. I don't really think it's that much. Considering all you get, right?
Right?
The entertainment is like turned up to 11. Well, the pipe bomb. So what happened
Yes.
was J6 happened. The
Mhm.
greatest assault on America, hell, since Pearl Harbor, probably.
Right?
Since we flew planes into our own buildings.
Shocking. I know. It was a shocking travesty
So
that day. Dark day in our history.
it was horrible. We basically had an insurrection. Somehow,
We had government officials who weren't even there who felt like they were in danger.
they were in danger of being raped.
Oh my gosh.
Cat Williams. He could tell right away. I'm never come to the Capitol again. So there was at the time. Of course, after the worst attack that ever happened by unarmed American citizens,
Mhm.
walking into the people's house between the velvet ropes and
know.
taking pictures. It was unbelievable. We all saw the pictures. 4,000 cops died that day. That's what they'd have us believe.
They
Well, then
practically burned the building down.
the FBI went into high speed, and they
Yep.
went after every grandma they could find that
Threw
might
'em in
have even
jail.
thought about going to the Capitol on J6.
Yep. Threw him in
And they
jail.
put him in jail. But somehow there's always been this little idea, this pipe bomb that was put by the DNC headquarters.
Mhm.
And
That
of
was
course,
never detonated. It was
never
just, like,
detonated. I don't
found.
think it was ended up being a workable bomb.
Okay.
Like something was screwed up on it.
Okay.
But whatever the case,
Mhm.
it was set here. And in spite of 5,000 FBI agents,
Mhm.
America's finest, combing the hinterlands for every grandma and grandpa that ever thought about going to the Capitol, we were not able to ever find
Mhm.
who put this pipe bomb there
Yeah. They
at
said
the
it was
DNC.
untraceable.
No, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So this is Dan Bongino. Somehow, Cash Patel and Dan Bongino, the
Mhm.
FBI, with obviously they're helping their teams, were able to find this guy. So let's hear what this is Dan Bongino talking about the pipe bomber who they found in Virginia, who was
Okay.
a black guy who
Oh,
I can't remember which one. It wasn't Caitlin Collins. It was one of the anchors on PMSNBC or PMS
okay.
Now,
Okay.
and he called him a. He's got a picture up of the guy who's clearly black, and he calls him a white man from Virginia.
What?
Maybe that was a misstep. I don't know.
Is he a super
A
light
white
skin?
Somalian.
Does he need a
No.
hijab?
He doesn't even look like Keith Ellison. Nobody's mistaken this guy in his hijab for a white person. Here's Dan.
Sean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell this prior leadership team was doing outside of
So what he's talking about is he doesn't know what the prior FBI
Yeah.
under Biden was doing.
Sean, I don't know what the hell this prior leadership team was doing outside of targeting political opponents, weaponizing the FBI, destroying its reputation, embarrassing agents that are doing really good work out there, catching terrorists, CCP spies, and everyone else. It's almost like they were intentionally trying to decimate faith in institutions. It's horrifying. I don't know what they were doing. I can tell you what happened though when we got there. The director and I. My first meeting, I swore in, and I kid you not, probably 15 minutes later, and the people who are in the meeting know, I said, when I get in there, I want a full brief on this pipe bomber case on day one. And I looked at the case agent after getting a full brief on what they'd done, and they had done some a pretty extensive amount of work. They had chased down, I think, thousands of leads, 6,000 plus interviews had been conducted, hundreds of tips, and it still was relatively stale, the case. And I grabbed the case agent on the way out, and I said, "You're going to get me this guy. You're going to track this guy down, and you're going to find him.
This is
You're gonna
Dan's
get me
first
this
day in
guy. I
the
want
FBI.
him." And that started what's been almost a 9-month operation right now to make sure that we could get full accountability and transparency to the American public and find this guy. And today we did. But Sean, I have to add this because this is really important. You've
It's
heard
the
all
least white man
cliches,
ever.
team effort. You hear it all the time in sports. I said it today at the presser, but I want to emphasize this. This was a team. Judge Janine, Deputy
Judge
Attorney General
Janine.
Blanche, people you and I know very well, AG Bondi. You cannot do anything in the FBI without DOJ process, subpoenas, drawn paper, search warrants, complaints, arrest warrants. Who do you think does that? It's not just us. We're the investigators. They're the lawyers. So that team from day one, I told Pam and Todd, I said, hey, Cash and Cash could not have been more supportive. He's like, Dan, go for it. They said, whatever you need. And their attorneys over there were amazing on this case. So don't just throw the team effort thing out like it's just a standard cliche. I mean it. They really did a great job.
So the FBI is better than you hoped, I guess.
Well, I wonder too if if the reason he went after that is he felt like that was a fishy aspect from the day.
Which it was. All right,
Right.
let's take Carrie. I forgot to
yeah.
give you your break. Let's take your
Oh,
break
it's
and we'll
fine.
come back and we'll do more pipe bomb.
Okay, cool.
We'll set some more pipe bombs.
How you feeling?
We're back.
Hello.
More pipe bomber stuff. Okay, I got more Dan
Good.
Bongino for you.
Okay.
And is he talking about the pipe bomber thing? I think he's talking about the big difference between the prior administration and this administration. So
Okay.
let's see. The FBI catches a lot of strays on this program, so let's give them a chance to.
I know we've been a little.
Even now, I have to tell you, I'm a little like, I don't know if
Skeptical?
I trust the FBI on this pipe bomber thing, but okay.
Okay.
We'll see if the white man they found is.
The white
No,
Virginian.
I mean, I never really told this story before, but I was sitting in the office on a Friday night. It was very late. One of us is always a late and early guy, me or Director Patel. So it was, I don't know, it was 7 o'clock or so. And there was no one around. It was a Friday, and I was just reading some of the Crossfire stuff that, we had seen. And I got to tell you,
Crossfire Hurricane. That's the thing that Obama set into motion with the intelligence agencies to basically run a coup against Trump in his first term.
Oh,
It
okay.
was called Crossfire Hurricane. So that's what he's talking about.
I was just horrified. I don't know. It's just stuck in my crutch stuff. And I've written books on this. I'm pretty well versed in what happened, in multiple books on this. But when you see it from the other side, it was just different. I mean, what these people in prior administrations did to this country, Sean, to, decimate, destroy faith in these institutions. And I just hesitate to think of where we would be right now with a different president in charge. I really do. I don't.
We know
we may not have a.
We know the answer.
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
I mean, that's why, and that's why that next day I woke up and I just, I probably should have, but it was just I couldn't get it out of my head what they did to just destroy this beautiful place we call home. And Cash and I were absolutely committed to this reforming this place and getting faith in these institutions back. I can tell you right now, you played that clip of him before. Director Patel has changed out the entire leadership team. Some of the people we have in charge right now, I swear to you, these are absolute manhunters. They've locked up 30,000 violent criminals. The murder rate has cratered so low, and we're not done. I told the guys that there's some headline in New York Post today. It's going to be crimes at an all-time low in New York. I said, it's not good enough. I said, back again. We're going again. We're doing another roundup. And then when we're done with that, we're doing another one. I said, you know what the acceptable crime rate is? 0. That's the acceptable crime rate. And this president could not be more supportive. I'm telling you, go get him, boys. He says it all the time. And he means it.
Wow.
He drives around these. What do you think he's doing this for? You think he's doing it to get reelected? You think he's doing it for politics? These are blue cities. He hates crime. He can't. It drives him crazy. And he wants it solved. And Cash and I are committed to doing it.
What do you think?
I love that.
No, I love Dan.
I love Dan too, but I just love everything he said because it's almost like he's responding. Maybe he's a secret listener of the show.
Remember, he did that one tweet I put out, or the comment to his.
Oh, yeah. I love that. So I just think that he is addressing all of the problems that that you've had, that we've talked about on the show.
I have no faith in any of the institutions.
Right. Well, and I mean, I think it's nice that he realizes that that's a problem.
I agree. It is. And I do like the FBI being back on task. What he said about the DOJ, which is that nothing happens without the DOJ.
Yeah.
Is true. And I think that's part of why you're seeing things. This is Cash Patel. So that was Dan. I wanted to play Dan first. And this is Cash Patel on with Donald Trump Jr., who also has a podcast.
Okay.
And so Don Jr. is asking him about the pipe bomb thing. And Cash, it's about a 2-minute clip. Toward the second half of this clip is beginning to make some points on how this is all going to come out. Exposure, again, is kind of what he's talking about. So let's hear what Cash Patel, director of the FBI, has to say.
Where we were able to collect the evidence and make the case against this suspect. And then common sense journalism and investigators are going to be able to look at it and say, why didn't these people do X, Y, and Z 4 or 5 years ago? That's going to make itself self-apparent. But what we're doing at this FBI is also, we have replaced this entire leadership cadre. We have pushed out 1,000 agents into the field. There's a reason this FBI has 25,000 violent offenders arrested this year alone. That's twice as many as last year. There's a reason that this FBI is going to deliver President Trump the lowest murder rate in modern history by double digits. There is a reason this FBI is out there crushing fentanyl, destroying narco traffickers, and making sure the homeland is safe and preventing spies from infiltrating our homeland and our way of life. That's what happens when you change leadership from the prior administration FBI, who wanted to weaponize and politicize law enforcement, to us, President Trump and the Attorney General, who want to just deliver law enforcement on every single front. And that's what we're doing. So you're going to see it in both lanes.
I think that I started that clip halfway through. What I'm not sure that we got out of that was his point was that as they take this guy through court, and a lot of this FBI malfeasance of the prior administration is going to come out in court. That's what he was making the point on. Maybe.
Maybe. But I like I just like the focus, like that just reinforced focus what their job is, and they just sound really passionate about it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. But now let me give you the other side of the coin,
All right.
which is this isn't about the FBI. I will say that there seems to be Cash and Dan seem to be doing what they can to
Mhm.
reform the FBI. Color me
Okay.
skeptical on whether such a thing is possible, but you
Right.
know what? It probably makes sense before we burn it down to give her the
Give
old
it a good
college try, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And then we'll just kick out all the Somalians and start over.
Start over.
But our old girl Tish, Tish James had engaged in mortgage fraud. And
Yes.
do you know that a federal grand jury in Virginia has declined to indict Tish for mortgage fraud after another judge dismissed the earlier case against her?
Why?
Oh, just didn't like because the answer is
Yeah.
because the courts are the final. I've said this. They're the
Yeah.
final bulwark of the deep state. Do you think
Mhm.
any of these people, if somehow the DOJ does bring a case,
Yeah.
judges are going to throw it out?
Yeah.
Just it doesn't matter. They're just going to throw it out. Now, might you be able to work your way? I don't think the Supreme Court is gone. I think they're one of the last bastions of sanity. They're not guaranteed, but we've got
Mhm.
some reasonable people on there. But none of these cases can even get there when the lower courts are throwing them out. And Congress will not impeach a judge. I'm just telling you, that's not going to happen. And so far, it appears that Donald Trump is not going to defy the courts and I don't know where accountability comes from
Right.
if that happens. So and it's not just Tish. The same thing happened with James Comey. They threw it out. In fact, here's a guy. This is Abby Lowell. You can tell this smug ass leftist deep stater. He was a longtime DC powerhouse attorney representing Tish James. And he's
Okay.
talking about the grand jury. I wonder how many millions he's taken from the public trough, skimmed off the top. He'd be a guy like
The
him would be
Somali fund.
perfect in insurrection. Hanging from
Were
a
you
tree.
surprised that they couldn't get her indicted today?
I have to be surprised. I've practiced law for a long time. And in my experience as both a prosecutor when I was in the Justice Department and as a defense attorney, I can't tell you a time in the federal system, not the state system, where a federal prosecutor thought a case was strong enough to bring to a grand jury and the grand jury has said no.
So you haven't seen anything like this before?
I have not.
Coming from Abby Lowell, that says a lot.
Wow. Must be. All of it was BS. That's what it must be. Must be that everybody lied. Tish was on the up and up the whole time. That's what they
Yep.
want you to believe.
Yeah. Does that mean that she's saying she's married to her dad or what?
Yeah. But that was fine. It's all fine if you're a leftist. Because the reason they do all this, the reason they commit all this fraud, the reason they so brazenly go after it all is because they know there's no accountability anywhere. And even if somebody does get in and take them to the courts, they already own the courts. So don't you worry. There's not going to be any accountability anywhere. So there's that. I don't know how
Yeah.
Dan and Cash would would answer that. But I'd
Right.
be curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
So that's discouraging, I suppose.
It is. So is that dead in the water? It's done?
I mean, they'll probably appeal it, but like I say, the courts up and down the ladder till you get to the Supreme Court
Just
are
wonder, I
just
mean,
wretched.
aren't there any
I'm sure there's a few.
judges with integrity
Yeah, I'm sure
somewhere?
there's some, but they know. Not in DC, not in New York.
Got it. Yeah.
The only thing that'll
Are
cheer
you
you up
okay
is
with
this.
the president calling our neighbors garbage? I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
This just cheers me up every time.
Tim Walz is a retard. Bye.
It's
Oh,
just terrible.
that always helps.
It
What
helps
else
a
is
little bit.
going on out there, Carrie? This is interesting. Kent
yeah.
State. Remember Kent State University? They are in
Yes,
Ohio.
Ohio? Mhm.
Yep. They have a tower on campus that apparently makes for good target practice.
Oh gosh. Yeah, when was that in like the 70s or
I
80s
think it
or
was in the
something?
70s. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. A musical performance group at Kent State University has banned white people from auditioning for certain solos.
Well, that
You have to
sounds
be Somalian.
fair. That sounds
Campus
fair.
reporter
But
Emma Arns broke the story, reporting that vocal intensity a cappella group limits certain solos to people of color. Apparently, white people have no color.
I know we are colorless.
We're like clear.
We're clear. Didn't we say a while back that you like have this kind of like people mistake
Yeah,
you
I
sometimes?
might sneak in if I
Yeah.
give them my Somalian ID. Oh,
Oh,
seriously. I only have an IQ of 47. The university claimed that giving a white kid a solo from, say, a song originally performed by a black artist would be considered cultural appropriation. Mark Phillips, this is Mark, had been, see, it's a popular name. You run into a lot of them.
Mark Phillips.
Mark
Okay.
Phillips had been a member of the group for 3 years. He was their beatboxer. That's the guy who beats the drum, right? Like it's like a box drum. You pound on it.
Well, I think beatboxing is also like no a cappella. He does it with his mouth.
Oh, see, I had no idea what
He
a
does the
beatboxing was.
because this is an a cappella group
You're
that we're
right.
reading about, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
So he's
yeah,
like, boom, boom.
yeah, he's the
See,
one
I
who
could do it.
makes the sounds of the
Why
drums.
won't they
But
let white people do it? I could do it.
all right, tell us about Mark. Tell us about Mark, the beatboxer. Okay.
He pointed out in a letter to group leaders that the ban on white people seemed, at first glance, to be at odds with equal opportunity, and they might be in violation of the university's anti-discrimination policy. I
And
fully
then
respect
they
concerns
kicked him
about
out.
authenticity. In response, the group's executive board placed Mark on probation and demanded that he appear before a disciplinary hearing to plead his case. And the group readily admitted they had forbidden white singers to perform the song "Last Time I Seen the Sun." So I guess if you have horrible grammar in a song, it has to be performed by people of color.
I feel like that's insulting to people of color.
I don't know. Anyway, Mark quit. So
Wow.
and he climbed up the tower.
Oh my God.
The rest is history.
Did and I'm sorry, did he get in trouble for saying that?
They wanted him to go to a disciplinary. Yeah. He's not recognizing the value of Somalians, his fellow Somalians.
I don't feel like singing is the Somalians' game, but
No, maybe not. I don't really know.
that's probably a really racist thing for me to say. So
I'm done with
wow.
I'm tired of the Somalians today.
I know they're really
I mean,
getting
it's everywhere.
roasted.
I've got so many clips of Somalians stealing money. It's like
I was gonna say we are just roasting Somalians today.
how about this, Carrie?
Okay.
What do you think of this?
All right.
I've also got a Hugh Grant clip to go after this.
Excellent. I love Hugh Grant.
About this
Wait. Am I not
you
gonna love
won't
Hugh Grant
dislike him.
after this?
You won't dislike him after this. I like
You
Hugh
love
Grant too.
destroying Hollywood.
No, I
people
like
in
Hugh
my-
Grant too. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's cool. He's also
But
British.
the point he makes is being made in this article
Okay.
or this post. The most dangerous addiction today isn't a substance. This was posted in the Psychological Bulletin, whatever. Who knows all their stupid workbooks. So anyway,
the approved curriculum.
The most dangerous addiction today isn't a substance. It's federal money to Somalians.
Oh my gosh.
No, wait,
Hugh
it doesn't
Grant.
say
Oh,
that.
oh my gosh. I was like, did Hugh Grant say this? I can't believe you didn't open with this. You're burying the
Research
lead. Okay.
on 100,000 people confirms that heavy short form video use is just voluntary cognitive decline. We are actively training our brains to fail at hard tasks. If you can simply sit with a problem for 10 minutes without swiping, you have a massive competitive advantage. Basically, boredom is the new IQ.
Ooh.
Interesting, right?
It is.
Now, where'd Hugh go? Because he does talk about this. I happen to see that at the same time.
Okay, so he didn't say this.
No,
this is
this is in some psychological journal workbook, whatever.
Okay.
They left their workbooks all over the academia. No, here's Hugh.
Okay.
It's talking about kids
Okay.
Watching his kids on screens, I think.
Oh, got it.
Been very, very depressing watching big tech kidnap their lives, and to see
Hello, love.
children really finding it very, very difficult to get properly interested in anything that isn't a screen, swarming like blue bottles around any screen that appears in the room instantly and tragically.
It's true.
Or if you take them on some fun outing, within 6 minutes, and I'm sure a lot of the people on this webinar have had the same experience who have kids, 20 minutes in, 45 minutes in, can we go home now? Can we go home now? Can we go home now? Because they're so desperate to get back to a screen. And the exhausting nature of parenthood under these circumstances, year after year, month after month, day after day, fighting the children. No, give that back. Or no, we agreed you could have 20 minutes on Saturday and you've had half an hour. On and
It's
on.
like Somalians
Why
with
you
somebody
going to see
else's
Tommy or
money.
not? Johnny,
Give
because
that
we know
back.
Tommy's allowed endless screen time, and it's shattering. And so it was extremely surprising and extremely depressing when you get emails from the school or the new school you've sent your kid to, saying proudly, and we give all our children their own Chromebook or their own iPad. And you just think, what? How could that be a good idea? If school is for anything, surely they deserve just 6 hours off from their addiction, from this crazy addiction.
I'm just a boy standing in front of a girl. No, girl.
Standing in front of a
That's
screen.
what it is. What do you think? I like you too. I don't think he's wrong. I don't think either the post is wrong either. I think it's all probably true.
I think it's all true, and I completely agree about the school stuff. I understand how computers have made some things, like in school, easier.
Mhm.
I think it's awful for the students. It's just so two-dimensional. I think it's impacting it's going to impact, the younger it gets, it's gonna impact, fine motor skills, you know, even being able to write and, learn cursive and all those kinds of things. Like, they're barely using.
So
I
what's
mean, you
the
know what?
answer?
Well, the answer is, to have, I don't know, have a computer class. If you feel like you need to have tech in your school or whatever, that's fine. You know what? Like in Michigan, they take the MCATs. Here they take the, well, it's the FSA, it's called, Florida Skills
Some
Assessment.
stupid standardized test.
Standardized testing, which that's a whole other can of worms that we could gripe about. But I think that
I gripe about everything.
pull out the that's right. That's what we do here. We point out everything that's wrong and we talk about how we would fix it. But I think that you can use computers for that stuff because you're talking about,
Yeah.
statewide, assessments. I get that. It's fine. But I just think that during school they should limit that.
But I mean,
100%.
Your kids, my kids,
Mhm.
they're all on TikTok, of course.
Yep.
Right? Short form
Mhm.
videos destroying them, right? I mean, that's what the workbook says. I don't know. Is it? Is it not? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I think it's definitely impacted them. Now mine are old enough that they're kind of aware. Like
Yeah.
all three of my kids at multiple times over the past few years will go through little phases where they come to me and they say, "Yeah, I'm taking a break from TikTok." They delete the app. Here's
Yeah,
the
my
thing.
kids do that too.
They have to delete the app so they
Right.
don't go to it though.
My kids are the same way.
Okay, they are. So it's funny how they like it almost scares
They'll be
they're
like, I don't
scaring
have TikTok on
themselves.
right now.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, "Do you see that thing I said?" I'm not on TikTok very much. I post some videos, which
Mhm.
by and large is pointless because TikTok censors us so bad. But other than that, I mean, I'm on it a little, but not much. I just don't. It's not my drug of choice.
Right.
Here in Michigan, we have other options. No, I'm more of an X guy. I'm on X a fair amount.
Mhm.
But even that, I try to keep. You know what I've been going on lately that I
What?
enjoy is Substack. And I just
Oh.
I enjoy Substack because as I'm going through the feed, I feel like Substack is almost like soul nourishing rather than soul sucking. Because I have
Right.
there's like a lot of art on my feed, and so I'll see
It's
like a lot
right.
of
Well,
beautiful paintings, photography, writing, and
Yeah.
it's not.
It's a creative atmosphere. It's this
Yeah.
fertile, like, ground of creativity,
And
so
I
I
like
think
it.
it's different, yeah. Whereas, TikTok has creativity. I laugh sometimes like, okay, someone very funny created
Sure.
that meme
Tim Walz.
of Trump, like, driving by and, bye. But that's funny, but, it's a different kind of creativity.
Right. No, I get it. And I'm not
It's,
saying that there's not
right.
entertaining value to it.
But yeah, entertainment. But I think you've just said it well. Where you go where people are writing, where they're producing something and it's personal and it's,
But I still have the
you
same
connect with
problem
it.
where I'm getting ready to read a book and I spend 45 minutes scrolling through my phone instead,
Yep.
Just stupid about
I
nothing.
know. I
Not
know.
TikTok, but not for any reason. I'm just not a TikTok guy. I go to X, roll through Facebook quick or whatever.
Yep.
But
The time goes fast.
yeah.
Does your phone report to you how much time you spend each week and stuff?
Yeah, or a day or something. It'll be like I'm
Yeah.
like 6 hours, I think, but I never know how much of that is. Like I don't know when I'm listening to music how that, you know what I mean? Like I have Spotify on, is that screen times? I don't know how they do it all. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And I use my phone for work all day, so
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that counts, but I also use that to justify because I know that I'm on it a lot.
Well, I know. I think it's a problem. It's a problem
Yeah.
for all of us.
Mhm.
But when Hugh Grant's right, when he sees a screen, man, or when kids see a screen, they light up like Big Mike with Cat.
Hi, Cat
Hello
Williams.
there.
Welcome
Thanks for
to
having me.
IMO.
Thank you.
It's exactly the same.
Dude, what's it called?
Right.
I am
You know
a
that.
Well,
You
yeah.
know
Oh
that.
my
You know that. You're a
gosh.
handsome dude.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So that was one. Oh, this I thought was interesting. Have you seen, you've probably seen these videos with these robots that'll have like an actual like human face that's like looks like a
Like
real,
Suzanne Summers?
kind of like that, except they're looking even more realistic. But
Oh my
anyway,
gosh. Okay.
somebody made this post and I thought it was good because it was replying to a post that had a chick with a robot and she's talking to a guy. It's only like a 16-second clip. You
Oh
can't
my gosh, that scared me.
you can't hear
Sorry.
much. I wasn't gonna play it because you can't hear much on it.
That's
But
fine.
it's a chick and she's talking. She's a robot, except she's got a chick face.
Does she have like a robot body and
Yeah,
a
robot
human
body and a
face?
human
Okay.
face.
Got it.
But the original post says it's only a matter of time. Men will be able to free themselves of personal dependence on a culture that uses men's finest emotions to manipulate and exploit men.
Okay.
And then this was a reply to
I don't know what
that.
that means. Okay.
Aaron McIntyre said, men are racing to replace women with technology. Women are racing to replace men with the state. Something drastic has to change. No civilization can survive this.
Huh.
What do you think of that? It's kind of interesting.
I really want to understand that more. So, okay. Men
Men
replacing
are
women
racing to
with
replace women with technology,
okay.
which you could say the robot thing is a natural, I don't know if it's natural, but it's a continuation from
Mhm.
porn or OnlyFans or screens or whatever, right?
Sure. Yep. Okay.
Women
Women.
are racing to replace men with the state.
And what does that mean?
That means that the state helps provide for them and their children
Oh,
instead of a man.
instead of a man
The state should provide,
providing for the family.
yes,
Okay.
provide education, yes.
Ooh.
And it says something drastic has to change. No civilization can survive this.
I think
Which I
that's
do think
really
that about the robots. I think that's
yeah.
who the hell knows where that's going,
I don't know.
you
I mean,
know? But I think there's that idea that if you can, did you ever watch HBO had a show called Westworld?
I did not see it.
I think it was based on,
There was a movie based on the show too, right?
which was also based on uh, a book by, what's his name? The guy who did Michael Crichton.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
He's the Jurassic Park
yeah,
author?
he's Jurassic Park author.
Okay.
In Westworld, at least the HBO version,
Mhm.
they've created this entire kind of amusement park, although it's like all this huge Western, but it's peopled with robots. So,
Okay.
and they look just like people.
Okay.
So these wealthy people will pay to go, and then you get a certain storyline, and you can do whatever you want. You can beat the shit out of your prostitute robot. You can kill them. You can do whatever, because they're robots. They bring them back
Okay.
in, and then they fix them up.
Okay.
And so a lot of the show is this idea of, is there a morality involving machines and robots and consciousness and whatever, right?
Okay.
That's the whole idea. Like, can you and like I say, it is kind of a natural carryover from like an OnlyFans. Like, if you have an OnlyFans thing, are you abusing an OnlyFans when you're objectifying them? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Are you abusing a robot when you're objectifying them? All these kinds of questions. Well, you're abusing yourself probably.
Mhm.
So
Right.
you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't know if the robot matters or not,
Mhm.
but what do you think? It's just coming
Well,
down the pike, and I find it kind of interesting.
yeah, it is interesting. Do you recommend that like show or that book, or sounds
I watched a couple seasons of Westworld. It's okay.
kinda
It's very
disturbing or
sci-fi-ish.
Oh, okay. I mean, so as
And
far
it's
as sci-fi
HBO,
goes,
so I mean, you get,
it's well done.
well, yeah, you get a lot of nudity, a lot of whatever. That's,
Oh, gotcha.
like Game of Thrones. Good
Was it
shows,
a
but I mean,
was it an HBO original?
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So, what I was gonna say is my response to I feel like that's really probably true. It's a horribly cynical take on our culture. But I think also women have been substituting for men with like battery powered, devices for a long time too.
Their
You know what
own
I'm
little
saying?
robots.
Yeah, they're all little handheld robots. I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
You all right?
Um,
So I don't know. I think it's good, just like all of our kids occasionally take a look at their phone usage and say, I might need a break from this. I
it's
think
good to look at your robot
everyone
usage.
look at your robot. You just kind of look at your substitutions for human interaction and say, is this healthy? Like, I think it's a good thing to question. How's that for a broader, I'm just
That's
trying
good.
to.
I think we're gonna find some, as we go on,
Mhm.
there's gonna be some major ethical problems that we have to encounter as a
Yeah.
civilization, involving AI, involving robots, involving a lot of these things that we just don't have a good ethical system to deal with. You know what I
You're
mean?
right. Yeah, because it's
And
going
I'm not even
faster than
sure if
our.
that's true. I'm not sure that if you don't boil it down, that the ethical system that Christianity and God has given us is not more than up to the task. Just
Mhm.
we don't like to apply it quite as simply as it needs to be applied.
Well,
You
right,
know what
and
I
our
mean?
and our culture resists that source
Right.
for our moral guidance, in general.
Something I saw that was weird as hell
What?
was there's this whole subculture out there of chicks that have doll babies, and they treat these babies like real babies, but they're dolls. But I can't, like, the problem is that the clip doesn't really do it justice because there's not a lot of talking in it. They show
Okay.
like this
It's more
chick
visual.
with dolls. Yeah.
Does
But
she have multiple?
it's a growing trend of doll moms where they literally pretend their baby dolls are real. And like they have them, they get them in the morning, they get them dressed. They do this whole thing. And like they'll have siblings. It's the weirdest
Maybe.
thing. I can't even, like I said, the clip doesn't really do it justice.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the weirdest
That
idea.
is weird.
And it kind of goes in a little bit with this robot thing, which is all this crazy fake stuff.
It's fake. I was gonna say, why is everyone seeking fake hold on, sorry. Why is everyone seeking fake human interaction? I think that's the
Because they
question.
think it comes without the ethical and relational ties.
The responsibility comes without the
Yeah,
responsibility. If one day
of
you
real
just
human relationships.
Yeah.
It's essentially, I think I would argue that when people interact with a robot, when you
Mhm.
interact with a baby doll,
Yeah.
when you do these kinds of things, that what you're doing is it's just a version of yourself. Like you're interacting with yourself. Do you know what I mean? Therefore,
Yes.
there's a lot less conflict. You don't have to
That's
you don't
true.
have to deal with a lot of things you have to deal with actual real other people, or a real kid who screams and cries and won't let you put it down, and you have to drive around in a car to get it to fall asleep. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
This
if
is
one if
like
one day
fuck
you're like,
baby doll mamahood.
I stayed up too late last night. I'm not gonna go get the baby out of bed this morning like you're able to do that.
Yeah,
It's really
crazy.
weird, though. It's just yeah, the fakeness of it is weird. I feel like
I agree.
is that gonna be, like, the next mental illness? Because I just had a flashback of this sweet I mean, I say sweet, I felt so sorry for her, so I'm gonna call her sweet. Elderly woman, and I don't know if she was homeless or just really, really kinda poor, down and out when
Mhm.
we had the store in that
Fulton?
northwest side of Michigan on Fulton, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a woman who had a like a stuffed I think it was like a stuffed bear,
Okay.
and she acted like this was her child, and she was so mentally ill. I mean, we all felt sorry for her, but it was also super weird.
Right.
And, I'm like a late teenager. I was just like, "What the heck's going on?" But it just makes me wonder, is that gonna be, like, the next weird mental illness? They're gonna be a bunch of young women who are like you know how, like, women will call, like, their dogs their child or their
Yeah.
children? Or
That was the other thing I ran across this week. I told you that about dogs.
oh,
Where
yeah, the
is that?
dogs and vaccinations?
Yeah, like, this is about how bad dry kibble is for your pet. But here's just a few
Mhm.
facts. I'm not gonna play this clip.
Okay.
Your dog this is according to Valerie Ann Smith. Who the hell knows who she is?
Okay.
Your dog your dog is dying 10 years early and you're paying the offenders.
Hmm.
US dog lifespan has crashed from 15 plus years in the 70s to barely 10 today. Cancer now kills 50% of dogs over 10, and it was virtually unheard of 50 years ago in dogs.
Wow.
Kidney failure, allergies, obesity, arthritis, all exploding since premium kibble became king.
Oh my gosh.
Um, this is what she says. Ground up this is what your bag of science diet actually contains. Ground up euthanized animals.
Ew.
You
My
can you wondered
god.
why it smelled like that. Glyphosate soaked grains, levels higher than human junk food, antibiotics banned in 37 countries, nutrients cooked to death at 400 degrees, then synthetic vitamins sprayed back on. That's what they're doing with dog food.
Wow.
Meanwhile, raw fed dogs in Italy and villages worldwide hit 18 to 22 years of age with zero cancer or vet bills.
Yep.
Big pet food is running the biggest silent genocide in history. Well, I don't know about history.
Well, I was gonna say it sounds an awful lot like our food production.
There's
And Science Diet costs a fortune, shame on them.
Does it? See, I
Yeah,
didn't even
like
know. I didn't even
yeah, Science Diet's one of, like, that's, like, one of the fancy brands. That's not like the cheap dog chow by Purina. Science Diet is if you love your dog.
This is
You're willing to
veterinarian
spend time.
is that what it is? It's looked expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Veterinarian Dr. John Robb, and he is talking, saying thousands of pets are dying from vaccinations. He's testifying somewhere. I don't know
Mm.
where. Let's see what he has to say.
There are thousands of pets dying out there every day. When we sat at this table,
Uh-oh.
5, 6 pets died in the United States.
Oh my God, now we got music behind it.
No.
I can't handle Sarah McLaughlin talking about dogs dying.
You know what, though? We should preserve the clip of that guy because he's not gonna be around much longer if he starts speaking out about the dangers of dog vaccinations.
Yeah, he says that there are no rules as to how many times you can vaccinate pets for the same disease. Vets worldwide are now seeing terrible reactions due to over vaccinations. They're pleading with the government for change, but it doesn't matter
Wow. Seriously, vaccinations and
because
unhealthy food, it's just like us.
what if we start feeding dogs Somalians?
Well, only if we bake it
Retarded
so
Somalians.
hot that we have to spray the vitamin nutrients back onto it.
Oh Lord. Anyway, I feel like we've done all we can do today.
Yeah, we've
Peter.
really
What do you think?
we're about to go to a new dark place. I just
Done
wanna say,
everything we
I
can.
think I think this is why we're seeing a really big, um, uptick of that of the raw food, the frozen food.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got to
there
be
are
better for animals.
Oh, yeah. I know my mom has just recently started she just, like, cooks up extra like, she gets an extra rotisserie chicken and just feeds the dog, like, chicken and
Probably good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why go buy this crap food that, you have to eat this much of it to get the same amount of protein. It's terrible. It's just like our food. It's full of preservatives, so it can be driven across the country by unsafe, unskilled Somali truck
Totally is
drivers.
by Afghan truck drivers.
Oh, Afghan
And they're
truck
like,
drivers, sorry.
"Can you slow down so I can take a picture of that bridge?" What? Trying to decide where I'd put an explosive. What? I thought you were here to try get a CDL. Yeah.
Just a highway tour. Just the highway tour. Gosh.
I have
It's
to
messed
get
up.
home to my 6 wives. They need to know about that bridge.
And 6 EBT cards.
It's unbelievable. It is. It's
Help.
either laugh or cry when you realize
I
what the hell
know,
our
and
federal
you know what?
government's doing out there.
And that's why we're here for our listeners so that we
Mhm.
can
We mix it up for you.
Yeah.
We laugh and cry.
We laugh here, and then I go cry about it
There he goes and
afterwards.
cries. I don't. I'm not crying about it.
No. you
It's
need
not worth that. They're not flying the American flag in heaven when I get there.
I was gonna say, we do go pray about it, so go listen to, Beers with Jesus
I love, though,
tomorrow.
that Trump is revitalizing our country. But
Me
listen,
too.
it's gonna be a long trip. People are gonna have to be a little bit more I mean, he's doing unbelievable amounts of things. It's so screwed up in so many ways.
Mhm.
And I do think a lot of what Trump's doing is exposing things. And if we
Yeah.
actually deal with this stuff, it's gonna be 20 years down the road of dealing with it to get things
Right.
back. We're gonna have to tighten up immigration completely, I think, and
Mhm.
actually get rid of some people,
Yeah.
assimilate some people,
Yep.
integrate some people into society, end fraud, end crime. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah. Well, and shut the valve off, which he has done. He's
he has
like,
done
"No
that. Thank
no
God.
more from these countries." Is it how many countries was it? Is it like
I don't even remember.
11 or something?
Yeah.
I was
Well,
like,
he's
"Whoa."
up to 30 now, I think.
Oh,
It
dang.
started
Okay.
out, I thought, at like 17, but I can't remember.
Okay.
Third
Amazing.
world hellholes. That's what
I think
Trump
it's a
says.
Oh gosh, I think it's a good idea. I really do.
All right, guys, catch us with beers tomorrow.
Yep.
Beers with Jesus. Toddsworld.net for the merch,
Yes.
books, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Send us to some friends and join us tomorrow for beers. Give us a chance. I think you'll like
I
it.
know we're only like 2.5 weeks from Christmas, so go, buy some gifts
Go
on
buy stuff.
the store.
Wildly Opinionated News
Consumerism.
Hour. Go use your tithe money. All right. I give you permission. Buy that Beers with Jesus sweatshirt and then wear it to your mega church.
Yeah, do it.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks, Carrie. We'll catch you tomorrow with beers. And
Sounds good.
then news next week. We'll be on the job. Who knows what'll happen between
I
now and then?
know. 7
Big
days.
Mike might be fawning over some other black comedian. Who knows? All right. Thanks, Carrie.
Bye.